If I say, quick wedding abroad, no paperwork hassle and in a pretty cool city, your mind probably goes straight to Las Vegas, right? That's fair. But if you're fine with not having Elvis at the officiant, there's a place like that in Europe. Yes, it's Denmark. This country has become the go-to spot for fast-track weddings in Europe. Why? Let's break it down. Welcome to Denmark. Couples come here from all over the world to tie the knot and say
Evet.
Sì, io quero.
Oui, je le veux. C'est accepta.
Ja, ich will.
Sì, lo voglio.
Ja, ik doen.
Ja!
In 2023, 1 in 5 weddings in Denmark was an international one, with at least one person in the couple coming from abroad. So what makes Denmark the hotspot for a quick and easy wedding?
This is bryllupssalen, our wedding room, where all the couples get married. My name is Anders Reinhold Jonsen. I'm 30 years old. I'm head of press here in the city of Copenhagen, and then I'm also so fortunate to be a wedding officiant. It's very easy to get married here. Everything is digital, so you could just do it yourself. So you just fill out a blanket in a web page. In Danish, it's called Familieretshuset. And then within 5 working days, you get, the paperwork done, and then you can get married here. So it's really easy. So people, they enter the city hall the same place as you guys did, right here. And then we have our small tourist information, but also wedding office right here.
All you need is a valid passport and an online application. It's straightforward, fast, classic Danish efficiency.
Ceremony in half an hour?
Yeah.
Yes, all right. Do you have any questions for me? Hello.
We're here to pick up the document.
Yes. Thank you.
But it's not free. Registering with Denmark's Agency of Family Law will set you back €250.
So the reason we asked you to come in is that until today, all of your documents have been approved online based on photocopies. So this is a mandatory last step, to see that you are the same people as those who submitted the application.
The couples show up here at the city hall, then they wait in our big hall, and then they will be picked up a couple of minutes before their ceremony. We have 90 minutes. Within these 90 minutes, I have 9 couples to marry. So it's super quick, 10 minutes per couple.
So you don't have any break?
No, not any breaks.
It was actually really quick.
Yeah.
It was super fast that I think, we were like crying and I wasn't registering what's happening.
And this morning it was super fast, everything as well. So
Yeah.
we were worried that we were gonna get late, but it didn't happen. So we were trying to be fast anyhow.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's so emotional.
For the regular weddings, we have like 68 ceremonies here every day. Then you can book a ceremony out in the city. And then we also have a concept called I Do Now, where you can just show up here.
Without anything planned?
They have, to have the right papers.
All right.
Yeah, but they don't, normally you reserve a time here. For I Do Now, you can just show up. All in all, we marry around 7,000 couples here every year. But I think this will be a groundbreaking record year with 8,000 couples this year. Weddings are more small, more intimate now, with a few guests than they were before. Before they were like, it couldn't get big enough. That's not how it is anymore.
Among the top Europeans tying the knot in Denmark are Germans, Romanians and Polish people. Their home countries often demand very complex paperwork that's harder to provide for international couples, making the whole thing a bureaucratic headache. That's not to say Denmark's laws are loose. In 2019, the country tightened its marriage policy after Europol and Danish authorities uncovered a sham marriage network. Approvals were then moved from local town halls to the Family Law Agency, which now reviews every application. But the stricter rules didn't go too far. A relief for Danes, international couples and wedding agencies. These agencies handle everything: paperwork, travel logistics, hotel, flights, you name it, for a fee. This makes wedding tourism quite the business there. Still, for many couples, Denmark isn't just efficient, it's the only option.
Solemnly declare your desire to enter into matrimony with each other, I hereby pronounce you to be legally married.
My name is Dev. I am 29 years old and I come from the United States.
I'm Angel. I'm 30 years old and I come from the Czech Republic. We first considered the United States, but it's a bit difficult there, especially getting all the visas and having to move there and like immediately start the marriage proceedings and like a lot of paperwork and with uncertain results. We asked a lawyer and they had the idea that it might be better to just get married in Europe, like it might be easier and faster. But eventually, as we were searching online, everyone was just recommending Denmark.
But we found getting married in Denmark, and we were, of course, very skeptical. Like at first, it's like, okay, cool. So is this website? It's literally just called "Getting Married in Denmark." Cool, very not sus name at all, frankly. But we did our independent research, and we looked into it more and more. We looked into the service. We looked into Danish law. We looked into graphs online for queer and trans friendliness. And Denmark ranked very highly, and we figured, it's worth it.
When it comes to LGBT love, Denmark is as progressive as it gets. In 1989, it was the first country in the world to introduce civil unions for same-sex couples, then it legalized gay marriage in 2012. In several EU countries, that's still not the case, like in Italy, Poland, or the Czech Republic, Angel's birthplace. While civil unions are allowed there, a proposal to make gay marriage legal was turned down by Parliament in February 2024.
It was just like a blow against other rights, but now it especially is also making our life so much more difficult. Back home, that wouldn't be allowed at all. We can't get anything like a civil partnership or anything like that because that's not recognized outside of the EU. So it had to be actual marriage too.
Whether you're LGBT or not, getting a Danish marriage recognized across borders isn't that straightforward. On paper, EU countries aren't obligated to validate a marriage certificate from another member country. This happens on a case-to-case basis depending on national laws. Being married in Denmark doesn't automatically mean that you're married in your home country or where you live. Some couples need to ask for a document that certifies that their marriage is legal abroad. In these cases, agencies can be a huge help.
We definitely wanted to leave it to people who actually knew what they were doing, which we weren't. We weren't even in the country, so we had no idea what could have gone wrong.
The service that we used gave us a list of potential, if we had to come in for an AFL interview, a list of possible questions. We were totally expecting that, yep, we're gonna submit our profile, and then they're gonna want us to interview, and then we're gonna have to go to Denmark, and then we have to go back, have to come back to Denmark again, which we were, of course, happy to do, but we were so fortunate, to have the space and to have the process just be so smooth.
Despite doing everything by the book, Angel and Dev can't be sure that their wedding will be recognized back home, leaving some uncertainty about the future.
We're keeping our options open for now. We go back and forth a lot on it. The political climate in the US is a little dicey. But we can't move to Prague. We have considered moving to Denmark, yes.
Especially after our experience here. Everything has been so nice, so smooth. Everyone has been so incredibly kind. This was basically the first time I could actually be really myself, so Yeah. I don't really have much practice in it yet, but...
So, getting married in Denmark may be straightforward and efficient, but what if it doesn't work out?
We don't divorce people here in the city of Copenhagen, but only Danish people can file for divorce, in Denmark. So international people have to file for divorce in their home countries. I was divorced. It took 10 seconds.